promised. Here are your Scooby snacks.
That's a clip from the upcoming Halloween special, Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. That movie is also making news because for years, fans have linked a beloved character, Velma Dinkley, with Shaggy Rogers. But this movie confirms Velma is, in fact, a member of the LGBTQ plus community. Joining us to discuss this moment in cartoon history is Jeremy Hellinger. Jeremy is People Magazine's executive editor of entertainment. Filmmaker James Gunn has said he tried to make Velma gay in his 2002 live-action Scooby-Doo movie, but Warner Brothers shut down the idea. What was different this time?
Well, think about how much the world has changed in 20 years. 20 years ago, same-sex marriage was not legal, and we really didn't think that it ever would be. 20 years ago, Will and Grace was one of the few shows on TV to feature LGBTQ characters. Now, pretty much almost every show set in the modern era has an LGBTQ character. Same-sex marriage is legal. When you hear Velma is queer, you kind of feel like, oh, Velma is queer, pass this out.
My next question was going to ask you specifically this acceptance of Velma. What does it tell us about a younger audience and their attitude and acceptance towards gender identity?
Well, I think now, you have younger people are much more willing to come out as being sexually fluid, gender fluid. They're much more accepting of a large spectrum of sexualities and gender identities. So it's definitely time for our entertainment, whether it's TV or movies, to catch up with where our younger audiences are.
Romans 1:18.
The dog was Walter, digging happily in the sand. You never know where an old bone might be hiding. He detected something under the sand and dug more frantically. A treasure, a bone, and it's a big one. Everybody loves the big bone. He strained to tug it free, and he let out an enormous fart. Doc, it's like you.
The Huntsville Middle School teacher and drag queen at the center of controversy is not backing down. James Miller, who performed at a local drag queen story time hosted at the Hard Knocks Rescue and Training nonprofit, is now receiving backlash and death threats from across the country.
And good afternoon to you, Marie. James Miller has been in education for 27 years, and for the last 22 years, he's also been a performer, a drag queen, working at places across Alabama and in clubs. And he says that during that time, that side business of his has never interfered with his teaching career. But that may have changed this week when a story by a right-wing social media account, Libs of TikTok, accused Miller of making lewd sexual innuendo and jokes to a room full of children. The story picked up by other national media outlets overnight. Now Miller says he's being threatened and his personal information posted online alongside hundreds of emails and threats that are pouring in.
I became a teacher because I wanted to be that inclusive person that I needed when I was in middle school that I didn't have. And so I created a classroom based on that. I've created an advocacy for kids based on that. I became an activist based on that. I do my job well, and I am proud of what I've done. I'm proud of what I've put together. And these things that they're saying about me are flat out lies. They've twisted it till they can make a lie out of it. I will continue to be an advocate for the LGBTQIA community and my students, and for the ones who are not part of that community. These things that they're saying about me are flat out lies. They've twisted it till they can make a lie out of it.
And it's a big one. Everybody loves the big bone. Everybody loves the big bone. Everybody loves the big bone.